Welcome back to another episode of Projecting Grandeur. I'm your host, Ron Dichter, and I am really pumped to be here. Today, I want to talk about goals. And really, when I think about goals, the most important part of it is, well, having them. And a lot of times, people set out to do something really great, but they don't have a goal of what they're trying to accomplish. Maybe they're starting a new business and they just say, I'm going to work really hard. But what does that mean? Or maybe they say, that they create some goal that's so far out there that it's, just more aspirational than reality. Really, the whole point of goals is to having, those short term, medium term, and long term vision of what you're going to do. And you got to have these checkpoints along the way. And so as I think about goals and I start unpacking it, I want to talk today about specifically checkpoints to help you reach your goals. So whether you're just starting out in a new business, whether you're thinking about something, whether you're going through a career change, having a big, lofty, aspirational goal is important. You have to have something out there that you're trying to do. But it's not realistic to say, I'm going to go from startup, where I don't actually have a product or a service or a business, to this huge aspirational goal. That may be the vision you're going to be able to do right now. And so as you start to think about these goals, think about things in a 1 month, think about things in a 3 month, a 6 month, a 1 year, a 3 year, a 5 year, and maybe even a 10 year horizon. And once you understand kind of that 10 year or 5 year goal, then you can start working back to say, okay, in order for me to hit that, where do I need to be at 3 years? Where do I need to be at 1 year? Where do I need to be at 6 months and 3 months and 1 month? And then as you start understanding it, what that allows you to do is then go even further back. And you can create this plan of how to achieve these goals and make them an actual reality. So let's say, for example, your 10-year goal is you want to have $25 million in sales and 1,000 customers of whatever it is you do. Okay. So in order for you to hit that $10 million goal, how are you going to do it? Okay. By 5 years, does that mean you need to be at 3 million? Does that mean you need to be at 5 million? Kind of figuring out that trajectory of the business. And then going back, okay, at 1 year, where do I need to be? And then at 6 months, and then at 3 months, and then at 1 month. And now you come to where you start. So once you've understood that long-term vision, once you've understood the checkpoints of how you're going to achieve that vision, then you boil it down to that 3 month and 1 month goal, and now you're ready to start. Because now what you can do is you're going to say, okay, for me to hit my 1 month goal, what are these micro steps I have to do right now? These little, incremental things that I have to do to hit that 1 month target, right? Because the 1 month target is going to set the trajectory for the 3 month target. And the 3 month target is going to set the trajectory for the 6 month and 6 to 12 and so on. And everybody gets so focused on this long, aspirational goal that they forget about the micro goals or the checkpoints that you need to have along the way. So as you're starting to build out your goals, starting to build out whatever it is that you're trying to do in your business, I want everyone to really think about, yes, have the future goal, but break it down into smaller steps of how you're going to reach that future goal, and then break it down into smaller steps of how each of those individual goals becomes achievable. And if you really focus on this, what that's going to allow you to do is really be focused on the daily and the weekly and the monthly activities that you're going to have to do to hit each of those incremental checkpoints. So just wanted to give a little tidbit today, really short one, really focused on goals. I've talked to a bunch of different business owners in the last couple months, and I always hear these big goals, but I never hear how they're going to get there. And that's where I think those checkpoints along the way become so important for you to be able to hit and achieve those long-term goals by hitting those checkpoint goals along the way. So hope you find this helpful. Please remember to like and comment, and don't forget to share. Love all the people that have been sharing and commenting so far, and it's just great to get the word out there. So thanks for tuning in. I'm Ron Dichter. Have a great day.